Yes, indeed. Map number 2 coming up should be an exciting time. Obviously, look forward to seeing more of Simple, but I don't know. I kind of want to see what VG can do. I want to see if Freeman is going to continue on the same form. He was doing very well on Mirage, and I don't know. It's obviously not going to be so easy, but I feel like on Train, still might be a chance.
I don't think there's any chance.
Not that they win the game, but just that they sort of get a bit more maybe.
Hopefully,
get up to like 10, 11 rounds or something.
Yeah, then I mean the nice thing on the previous map is largely because of Freeman. I mean it wasn't even like necessarily Vici as a team setting the pace. It was just Freeman, since he was having so much success. He was kind of dictating what was happening across the map, which was quite nice to watch. He had a very good sequence of triple kills, couple rounds with quad kill. That was a huge first half performance from him. Tough part is if he doesn't have something like that, the question becomes: is their T side still going to be effective? Can they still have a similar production on their offensive side if you don't have Freeman kind of finding these entries, finding these frags, and being that kind of a standout player? So that for me will be is a question that's going to need to be answered, obviously, at some point by Vici. Maybe we'll see it here on this map. And remember, we talked about this previously. This T side of Train can be very frustrating.
Oh, absolutely. You start to fall behind. You start to lose some of the money. It's definitely going to be an uphill struggle, but let's just find out how it begins. Still similar kind of setup here. Just one smoke and armor on the rest for the Chinese side. And Flamey just getting a spot on a couple of players. He's not going to stick around. Will instantly fall back. And Susan Simple and everybody's. That's a heavy rotation from Na'Vi. Just look at the minimap. Instantly, 4 people were ready to get there.
Yeah, he saw about 2 people, and they just all came over. Flamey's going to get that first one. That's not bad. Plenty more players here, but it's Edward to come right through the smoke, and now Simple has arrived. He got 2 headshots at range, continues his tear. He's set to have a very, very good series per usual, but it is a 2-on-2 now.
Yeah, Lovey took him down. That was a good shot. Now he's falling back to the high ground. Electronic is the one with the smoke and the kit, so they can put a lot of pressure on the T's remaining to try and see if they can lure them out. Susan's going to be going down, so now it's in fact all on Electronic. He spotted Lovey up there. Not quite sure exactly where Soaking is, and that could be a bit of a problem. You can tell he's not feeling very confident at the moment, and he's going to get run down. Lovey with a great triple in the round. And VG are going to win the pistol. Great job.
Yeah, nothing too crazy as well. Very, very simple. Just kind of walk towards that inner bomb site. You only gave up a couple, and then you just kind of hit it. You throw the smoke down, and I think it was Edward who was forced forward into that smoke, who just kind of gets picked off as they come down the ramp, but not too many fights won close enough to the bomb site for Na'Vi. It was just kind of simple at range with those 2 headshots, and that was about it. So 1-0, both pistols won on their offensive sides for VG.
See how they handle this round on the T side, if they can avoid the Scout and the Deagles, because they can still do quite a bit of damage. Zeus is going to be alone for the minute with the C set, 75 over on that B ramp, which I don't think is too objectionable. You can certainly make that work. More interested in the Scout, if I'm honest.
I'm more interested in Simple, I believe is the way it goes. See what he can do with that. Here's some aggression though. Electronic and Edward, they spot the leg. I think they realize the second player, but now they do. They see him at the end, and that's 2 nice kills with the CZ. The Scout hasn't even gotten involved. That's the bomb down, but I don't think they're going to stick around and try and defend it. I think the real nightmare is not just losing the 2 players for VG, but both of them had AK-47s. So now you have a UMP, a MAC-10, and you've given away 2 AKs. Even Edward likely to pass that one off with only 4 HP.
There's going to be a sinking feeling right now on the T side. You just know that winning the pistol was a big deal. If you give it up now, that's going to be a problem. Nice flash to try and retake team main. Obviously recover the bomb. It's very low health on Edward. There's a chance here that you could turn it. If you need some good entry kills to do it though. Almost caught on the ladder. That could have been awful. Flamey doing a bit of damage with the Deagle, and now Electronic coming into it. Swinging even wider now around the E-box to try and see if he could find a new angle. He's certainly ready for it, and he's looking dialed in. That's the triple, and there's the Scout in play towards the end. Simple's going to get his, and Na'Vi going to win the round.
Yeah, business as usual now for Na'Vi. 1-1, and I think if you're VG, I think, you almost feel like they're
going to call this the one chance, wasn't it? You're gonna already rule them out.
I mean, I wasn't going to do it verbally. I have in my head. No, I was gonna say save in this round. I was gonna say don't buy up here. Get yourself to the gun rounds.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Yeah. I would agree.
I mean, now you've given over 3 AK-47s for free. There's a lot of, or not a lot, but there's a decent amount of money built for Na'Vi. They can buy in the next round even if you're to do some damage to them. So just wait till you get the AK-47s and sit this one out. Make sure that very first buy you have is everything you want, because that's when you want to get this half started. Right now with 2 flashbangs and a smoke, you're kind of relying on one of these 4 deagles to get just, a single kill to kind of provide an opening, and that's just not too likely at the moment.
Not easy. Especially as 3 of them have been already tagged up enough that the M4s are going to be quite good, even just in a spray fight.
Yeah.
Na'Vi don't. I mean, there's no pressure on Na'Vi right now to do anything other than just wait around. They don't. They know that they're not going to have very much of anything. So just wait it out. Wait until they show their hand, and then you can always react accordingly.
That's my point. This feels like a very like there's not a great plan for Flash or VG.Flash to kind of get into the bomb site. They don't have enough utility to throw and execute, and no one's actually attempting to get a pick with the deagle. So now look, I mean, Summer's out with the deagle, but he's the only one, 2 kills, and no one else can try and build upon it. It's coming through smokes, and this is a really good round for Na'Vi. They've lost only just 1 player, and they're going to be fine with that. 2-1. And Flash now, or VG, have no money, and they're just going to have to sit back. These AR things are pretty cool, though. I like that.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. They should build on that. Do more.
More?
Yeah, get like I don't know, just more stuff into the map, more AR stuff.
Like what?
It's the future, Moses.
I think it'd be cool if
What if they had like a little Moses model?
Yeah.
Like the stupid chat icons that you have.
Or like, what if where that grill is up there?
Yeah.
You put like a casting desk.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, no head armor. MP9 is going to be doing just fine. Simple, very hungry to get these kills. Oh, can he actually? No, he can't even save his teammate. That's a bit unfortunate. He's still doing a fine job. Just cleaning it up with a triple.
If you can't save him, you'll damn well sure you will avenge him.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, if you're simple, that's all a win anyway, isn't it?
That was the clip from The Undertaker 4, isn't? Don't they have the audio of him with that CZ when he's pushing those stairs? And you're like, this right here, this was so easy.
Oh man, I mean, I give a lot to have simple backend streaming.
Yeah.
Old simple.
Old simple. Yeah, of course. Well, here we go. AK is on the board for VG, so now it gets serious. Now it gets real. Zeus is going to be towards the inner bomb site. And Edward is the first line of defense. They come at him 1 by 1, and Edward's going to love that. And he's even going to swap out to a new AK. Lovey catches him, and that's important so we can get the bomb. But just too many players going down for the VG side. And I mean, there's just never-ending aggression. This is 4 players gone, 1 minute and 25 seconds still left on the clock.
That's actually quite a good grenade. Tossed all the way from the back of the bomb train. But ultimately, yeah, Edward the double, and the rest spread out across the remaining players on Na'Vi. 4-1. I'm starting to see a little worrying sign. Like, Na'Vi just seem very confident right now.
Oh, you yelled at me for counting them out 2 rounds ago. And here you are 2 rounds later. There's the cutoff.
Distant Moses. You're a real piece of shit, aren't you? I just, you know... I think we talked about this how on Mirage that VG sort of had to fight to get Na'Vi to respect him a little bit. I think that fight has sort of restarted now. Like Na'Vi just they don't really worry that much. They don't have to take any kind of big risks to get anything back. They're just holding far back on the maps and winning the early fights.
Winning everything. We're going to have to see some more aggression out of VG in this round as well, because they only have the deagles. This time they don't even have a smoke and 2 flashes like previously. So these deagles have to get a headshot somewhere. Attacker's got a decent position, but you can tell the main force of this, the main thrust will be towards that inner bomb site. Just want Attacker to get 1 kill, and he's going to miss his opportunity. Not the easiest in the world. So they back away from the inner bomb site, coming back towards ladder, and it just seems like they're kind of questioning what to do exactly. This will be Na'Vi looking like they're going to get on to 5. Zeus is cheated backwards. Flamey still close up. A chance for him to pad the stats.
Yeah, that on the low ground. I mean, if Zeus gets put out of the fight in some meaningful way, Flamey could get maybe wrapped on a little bit more than he wants to. Get a good couple of kills, almost makes the transfer. That's actually a pretty heads-up play from him. Freeman really wants the bomb, but he's not going to be allowed. Flamey and Zeus with a double kill each, and Na'Vi now at 5-1. But that was a pretty minimal round for VG, so this is another test for them.
No, but I want to see this one slower. Like one thing that there was a couple rounds on Mirage where I was just like, holy hell, they're still just being so aggressive on the T side, and it's only been 30 seconds into the round. Just the first time they had the guns, and in this half they were 4 men down with 1 minute and 25 left on the clock. I mean, take your time a little bit. That's just 35 seconds into the round. So see what they're going to work with here. This time it looks like it's going to be Na'Vi who wants to pick up the pace. Will they be expecting this pop flash? Smoke is down, delayed just a little bit. It comes through, doesn't even blind anyone. Good damage on a Freeman. Same with Summer. I don't know if that flash went all the way through. I think it sounded like it hit something.
No, it went through, but it landed not far enough into the lane. Because they were still a little bit behind, so... It would have flashed him if they had been further around the corner, but... They weren't.
But they weren't. Look at the rotation this is called, though. I mean, everyone's evacuated the B bomb site. Zeus is fully rotated over. Question becomes, if you're Lovey, do you kind of have the guts to push into the B bomb site and kind of probe and see what they're working with? And the answer to that is obviously going to be no. As we can tell, at least from the minimap. Bomb's going to be moving down Ivy.
What a risk for Na'Vi having 4 men in the A bomb site after just losing electronic. They just give up on B and try and defend this, but that big risk might actually pay off now. Flamey getting shut down though. Freeman with a good opening frag. Looking for more. Simple getting caught as well. That's Summer coming in with 2 big hits against Simple and Zeus. And Edward somehow managed to transfer out of Ivy and towards the T spawn. That's great news.
I'm actually unsure of how that defense looked so uncoordinated considering there were 4 players out there.
Yeah.
Like when you can't defend that with 3 people. With 4, you should be able to hold it down pretty well, at least better than they did. One player just lurks out T-mid, and I'm not sure if Simple maybe got flashed back or off the angle. That was the player who ended up killing the defender on the high train on Flamey, yeah, and that's kind of what opened up Ivy. And then, I mean, once Ivy's open for the T side, it just kind of is a waterfall into that bomb site.
Yeah.
Very kind of hard to contain the attack from that position. 5-2, nice round from Vici. Slow things down, find the opening pick. The aggression from Na'Vi does not pan out. And they get a free op out of it as well.
That's a big win. And yeah, I mean, if you can have that kind of opening once or twice more here, then things are starting to look a little bit different.
It's Simple's op as well. It's got powers.
You think it does?
I mean, it's got a little bit of his soul in it.
I like that idea. I bet if he, I bet if you could verify that it was Simple Soul on the marketplace. Like there was some little icon, you could sell it for like $100,000 right now.
Yes. What was the one, the Skadoodle signed Dragon Lore or something? That was one that went for like 85 grand or something like that. Something mental.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it, do you?
No, I do. I really don't.
Oh. Flamey's going to get forced back. Does take the shot. Takes a little bit of damage for his troubles as well. They do have Edward right at the base of the ladder, so he can rotate quickly. This time, actually, look at the pace being set up. This time, Lovey does have the courage to make the play, but Zeus is going to shut him down. Maybe teach him a lesson, put him back in his place. Flamey inside the bomb site. He can hear the footsteps. Hasn't been able to catch anyone out in the open. Nade's going to come out, but again, he's exposed himself to danger, and Zeus is going to chime in again. Still protecting his teammate, and this is just a wash. Freeman finally gets the first kill of the round, but it's on the flank, and I'm not quite sure why he's coming here.
He's still out the Molotov, but they have so many smokes that it doesn't matter. Like, fair play, but they had like 2 or 3 smokes then, so it was never going to happen. Regardless, he saves the AK-47, I suppose, and didn't take too much of a risk.
Well, because they get the plant, because they won their previous round with 4 players alive, plenty of money to reinvest.
But still, I think the takeaway from this is you need consecutive rounds. Like, you need to build your own economy and make sure that Na'Vi don't get too much out of control.
The only way to have a good T-side on train is, especially if you don't win pistol, you have to be able to reset the economy, and that like you said, just requires you building rounds upon it. Simple with a nice reaction. He is brought down pretty low, all things considered. But again, such a fast pace, and it seems like there was confusion on the T-side because 3 players haven't even attacked out of ladder. Partially because there's smoke in their face.
Did he almost shoot his teammate then? Or was it just a prank?
I think it was just a prank.
those can get out of hand. But
Those can very, very quickly get out of hand.
I thought that was going to be a good position for Electronic. He still gets caught. I mean, I agree the pace is a little bit crazy, but there's something about it that I do like the idea that someone like Attacker is willing to take that fight and just sort of like, you know, feels confident in trying to do it. But obviously, if it fails too many times in a row, might not be the best choice.
The gun round they did win was a little bit slower paced. Obviously, had the benefit of Electronic coming to them at Ivy to get to be the first death. But
Yeah.
regardless, we're going to get a timeout out of VG here as they go for a pause to talk some things over. Obviously, wanting to figure out how exactly they want to go about getting some of those first kills, how they want to manage the rest of this half. It hasn't looked pretty. And if they're not careful, if they don't come out of this pause ready to go and have some kind of an idea, Navi's just going to really run away with this. However, the CT side on Mirage is where they struggled as well.
Yeah, that's true. They did look better on the T side, and so far this is starting to get into a strange position. 7-2. How many kills does Simple have at this point? Can we get that?
I don't think it's that many. Only 9.
It's not that bad.
1 per round.
So he's been contained. Soaking on the other hand has 0.
He's been contained as well.
Yeah.
Navi's done a great number on him.
Absolutely locked him down.
He does have an MVP medal, though.
Yeah.
Planting the bomb, I would assume?
Yeah, you know, whenever we do like matchmaking or something and I'm at the bottom of the scoreboard, that's usually my go-to as well. I've got like 3 stars, so...
I miss the days where you just get, you got +3 kills for planting the bomb back in the day. That was great.
Good stuff.
So smart. It's like the mental benefit when someone's struggling, you just give them the bomb to plant every single time. Electronic's not having a great time with that push. I think maybe he doesn't go back to that for the rest of this half.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it seems silly as well. Like, he could have even just stuck behind the container and they wouldn't have been able to touch him. But, like, he's just fighting on for no reason. Nice shot from Freeman. Taking down Edward. I like it when we get to see talent that we haven't seen too much out of the Chinese scene, you know?
Yeah.
I still think that there's a lot to be gained from the Chinese starting to play this game a little bit better.
Freeman's looking solid. Like, not only was he hitting entries and being active and aggressive on Mirage, but like just his accuracy with some of these first bullets. And I mean, obviously now you can see Na'Vi rotating out of position. They just have no information of what's coming towards inside. They have no bodies here. Flamey's going to rotate back through CT spawn. He has a chance. If he can get Summer, it's all about how aware he is, and he should spot the shoulder there, and he does. Yeah, and there's the kill. Now they can get back into it. The rest of the VG players haven't even made their way to the bomb train. They were so scared, put far, far back. And Simple's going to start pushing forward to get a flank. So Flamey, all he has to do is kind of hold down the fort here, maybe get 1 kill, but when Simple gets involved, things get dicey for VG.
And there's the bomb, and guess we'll find out. No more grenades left on the T side, but Simple does have a smoke on Molotov. So if they find Freeman, then Attacker can kind of get put out of trying to stop the defuse really quickly. Both have a kit as well. Grenades can make a big difference, although that's a big kill. Freeman coming in with a triple now, and Flamey, he's got the kill, but he's got no grenades. They roll on Simple, and they're far away now. Attacker just has to wait a little bit, and there's the perfect timing for it. Flamey looking the other way, and it will be another round for VG. 7-3 in favor of Na'Vi, but still, that was an important round.
That was huge, and that was actually VG responding with just the pistols coming into that round. They didn't have a whole lot to play with, and they're given the gift. Electronic being aggressive. I think actually that's twice now where Electronic's pushes have led to a loss for Na'Vi in the round.
Yeah, it's true.
As the rest of Na'Vi forced to do some kind of aggressive play to try and get back into things. So the opposite effect of the shotgun.
Now that you mention it. Lovey crouched behind. Simple hasn't seen it yet. This could get tricky. He's obviously very, very fast. So if you're Lovey, you're going to get 1 chance to get this headshot in. If you move out at the wrong time. Oh, well, 1 chance is all he needed. Seuss caught on the ramp. Not exactly a great position, but he's still going to win the fight against Lovey. Thought Seuss was in much more trouble then. He sort of just slows down a bit now. Electronic ready and waiting in case they try and come out. Going to counter that with a smoke, and did actually jump through it.
Oh yeah, absolutely did. Wanted to trick him, and here's Zoking waiting for the push, and it's not going to happen. Edward takes him out of the fight. That's a very good shot from Edward, and I think that keeps Yeah, Zoking still on 0 kills, so that was one he probably thought he would get if someone pushed into those crosshairs. He thought that might be his first, not to be with Edward.
Attacker tried to give him the bomb, and someone just moved right at that instant. Oh, man. Everyone has that friend.
Well, Attacker's going to lurk up towards Ivy. The cover of smoke, the cover of flames obscure their vision. Flamey's not even looking towards mid. He can get shot from behind. Now he turns around. He's got a teammate that can watch Ivy, so give it your attention elsewhere. Zeus is here. Utility out. I don't think there's any chance that VG makes a whole lot of progress here. 4 players outside, but good shot from Freeman. Started things off. That's the opt down. That's Flamey out of the fight. Now he can start making his move. One in the bomb train. It's Zeus. He's trying to prevent the plant, and there's Edward pouncing. Still good kills coming out, but one-on-one.
There's no time.
No, yeah, it is gone, isn't it?
Just has to wait. Oh my god. 1 health left.
Why did he do that?
Aneurysm?
Just one right at the end.
I mean, I just don't even know. There's absolutely no reason to do that. That's mental. I feel like, I mean, this could be the same with Electronic pushing Ivy so much.
Yeah.
And not even doing it in any kind of really structured or cool way. Just kind of taking wide fights in the open. Might be just a sign that Na'Vi are really feeling...
Like they have this match already.
Yeah, like they're just feeling so good about this game that they don't care so much about the details. Attacker, the one Electronic. It's a great follow-up on Flamey. The individual skill is absolutely there for the Chinese team right now, and Freeman, no doubts about him any longer. He's going to go down, soaking will to Edward, picking up a good double kill. Another one for Edward before he's finally taking out another 1 versus 1. Zeus versus Lovey.
Yeah, Lovey can actually just straight up disappear though if he wants to. Zeus not spotting him yet, and actually you can just see they're moving different ways in this outer train yard. There's the spot. Zeus saw the ankle for sure. He's going to wait and see if he comes out of ladder room, and if not, Zeus is going to have him beat towards that inner bomb site. I think Zeus, just that little bit of information, is going to get the free win. Waiting for it. How long does he stick around? It's all about the luck of when he peeks out, and there it is. Spots him out early, and that's going to be the finish. Nice clutch from Zeus. Nice movement in the outer bomb site, and 9-3.
What a difference a little bit of information makes. Just seeing the last foot there as he makes his way into Pop Dog. Enough to be able to make that call. And again, VG winning around and then sort of back to losing again. This is awful.
That was a 3-on-5 though. Like that was actually the opening 2 kills for Attacker on top of that first train. He gets the first 2 frags, and there's a lot of room for everyone else, and they just can't handle it. Edward actually did a great job of getting Na'Vi back into that round. Almost had that blunder that had us scratching our heads in the previous, peaking right when the time was about to expire, but makes up for it here. It's simple. I'm wondering if this is actually going to catch him off guard. Electronic, if he just plays his bait well enough, this could be real dirty.
Anticipating a boost on the other side. Could have maybe happened. Grenade doesn't really do that much. Although Lowy does go down, and I think Flamey's even making his way up the ladder on the other side. So VG are losing an enormous amount of map control just waiting around here. There's the MP9, and it actually works. Shutting everyone down on that side of the map.
You have to like that call from Na'Vi as well, just because that's where we've seen some of the most success early on for Vici. So you know if you're Electronic, you're like, yeah, they killed me twice in Ivy. I imagine they're going to come back to
Edward. Was that 4x3?
I don't think so.
You could see the foot.
Shadow or something.
No, you can see the foot under the train, but I'm not sure he could.
Yeah. Maybe he just wasn't. He was focusing on the crosshair, just so zoned in.
Yeah, it could be.
But yeah, I mean that's just kind of Electronic saying. I imagine they're going to send some bodies here. They've had some success. 2 of the rounds they've won have been off picking me off early. So Sipple comes and combines with that SMG, and it's easy eliminations from there. 10-3, looking like a monster half for Na'Vi. Not the kind of offense that we saw out of the Chinese team on Mirage.
No, definitely not. I mean, I think the takeaway now, if you wanted to put a positive spin on it, is that we've seen some good individual sort of styles out of VG, but on a sort of team level, they just haven't really been there. And since Na'Vi aren't really lacking in personal skill either, that's not an issue for them. Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna love it. That's Flemmy perhaps doing too much. Not really perhaps.
Just I mean, can you blame him at this point?
Well, it is Zoking's first kill, so
Oh.
you don't like to be that guy. Simple now, spraying through the smoke, and actually, you mentioned it, he just knows exactly what's coming next. Just tapping, pre-firing the angle, giving Lovey a lesson there. He's going to stick around. Smoke is out. Help defend him against any kind of ladder room aggression. Will they go through it? Becomes the question. Look at Summer. They're waiting to see if Summer can get maybe just one kill towards Ivy. Deagle going to turn the corner. And he's able to actually get the first 2 shots onto Electronic, down to 4 HP. Simple next, and he's going to adjust that, and the follow-up. 4 kills for him in the round. Nice recovery from Simple.
Simple's the sort of player where if you're playing matchmaker, you would just instantly open and report him. Like even if you kind of knew that he maybe wasn't cheating, like I'm so frustrated. I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Does that actually make you feel any better?
No, but every time I still think that it might, you know?
Okay.
I trick myself into thinking.
It's worth an effort type thing?
Yeah. You feel like, you hope maybe this will be it.
This will be the one.
The real dream is obviously that they do get back banned in the middle of the game because of your report, but that never happens.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. They've got that whole machine learning thing going on now.
Yeah, that's apparently good news.
Yeah. Well, because they said not a lot of convictions actually come out from the manual reports, because I think there's just a lot of people like you in the world who are just like, I hate this guy.
Yeah, and not enough people doing Overwatch, so
yeah, there's that as well. I haven't done an Overwatch in years.
It's a losing battle. Well, Moses, you're a bad example for a number of reasons.
That's a
the
good
least
point.
of which is the Overwatch.
All right, Zeus going to be defending the inner bomb site, spotting for someone across. Lovey zoking an attacker there. Simple with an op peering down Ivy, dodging the flashbang. Unfortunately, Summer couldn't. I don't think Simple's been here yet. I don't think this VG Ivy take has experienced the fury of Simple's op yet.
No, they've had many other unfortunate encounters, but that's one of the things they've been mostly spared.
Freeman wants nothing to do with it. He's out. I mean, this is going to be interesting because they're actually starting to hit this inner bomb site, as you can see, but their teammates are so far away. Zeus is kind of caught in a weird spot out in the open. That's not bad. Flamey, though, needs to hit some of these shots and not able to do it. Good entries for VG. I think that really catches Na'Vi off guard. The timing of that hit was very, very weird for Zeus.
Yeah, absolutely was. Good shot from Freeman yet again. Controlling the game very well at the moment. And Electronic going to be the last one left. He does get a kill on Lovey, but there can't be much more left for him here. And oh, he's just somehow ducking under that and taking down Freeman. That's not bad at all. Running back through the smoke to try and get onto the side. It's a 15th round, so you had to do something. 11-4 in favor of Na'Vi in the first half of the second map here. And they are well on their way to picking up a win. I mean, it's hard to imagine that VG could bring this back, even on the second half.
It's hard to imagine, but you never know. Freeman still looking on point. I really like. He's kind of like the revelation for me in this match. I really like what I've seen out of him.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be interesting to get. I know there's a couple Asian or Australian guys out there that watch a lot of Asian Counter-Strike. Would be interesting to hear their kind of takes and opinion on him, since we don't get to see him too often.
But I mean, you know, we know something about Summer and Attacker, and they're obviously both, I'd say, quite high up there. Like they're so if Freeman could be like a third guy in there, this could be an interesting team in terms of firepower.
What did Duncan say on the desk? Summer is fancy?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No, I don't know why.
I feel like some of them missed that. A lot of people missed that memo.
Yeah, when did that happen? What did he do? Like he just had, because he said it right. Like that Fancy had like those crazy online stats, and then what did he just have such a tough time on LAN his first few times? It didn't meet expectations. He did the old like fucking. Oh, sorry, excuse me. He did the old rebranding. Listen. Yes. so yes, that's what's happened.
I mean, that's a good way to get rid of it, isn't it?
Yeah, just get it out there.
Well, 16th round coming up now. If Na'Vi win it, then the show is almost certainly over. If VG win it, then I'll be interested to see if they can do a better job. They're soaking, picking up the headshot on Edward. It's a good start. Attacker going to get one on Simple. He's out of the round. No chance for another pistol ace at all. Freeman going to chime in with a kill on Zeus. Trying to play around the epochs as much as possible, but it's just Flamey in a 1 versus 4. And they should not be allowing him any individual fights. Eventually, Lovey will take him down, but just remember about that bomb plant to make sure he can just stay locked in there as much as possible. 11-5, though. Big win here for the CT side. That's It's not bad at all.
No, it's not. And I mean, you kind of like the confidence that Navi has, obviously, showing that they've been able to outskill these guys. But I don't know if you can exactly run the gauntlet to that A bomb train from ladder room against 3 or 4 USPs. I think the range and the advantage there is a little bit too powerful. We'll see, though. VG, they lost the second round on Barrage.
Yes, they did, unfortunate.
And actually here, in this map, they lost it on in the first half. So there's a rough start. Freeman's been put down to 37. Deagle through the corner of the wall.
Yeah, not the best start, is it? A little bit of a reply on Flamey. I do love that when people use the ladder that way. Just sort of, it seems like they should die because you're not really that fast, but doing it the right way, I guess it works. Summer desperately on the radio for backup, just screaming at this point, and please get me out of this chaos.
Survived so far. They've used a decent amount of utility. They would, I mean, Navi would obviously love to have that kill. Electronic's going to start pushing up. He should be able to find it as well. There's the swing, but not able to connect. And yeah, 2 kills over towards Ivy for Vici. That's a nice hold. All that's left is to hit the center bomb. So they've got Freeman softened up. Edward leading the way. Freeman's going to be on that B bomb train. He's going to get a wider angle. They don't clear it out, and he's going to win that fight. Flamey does clean him out, but low HP, and he's not able to get in. Nice kill from Lovey to prevent the plant.
He was so near the end zone, wasn't he? Just trying for that touchdown.
Just reaching across the plane.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for it. 25 seconds for Simple, and yeah, with just the MP9 at long range, not really going to be working out, is it?
No.
11-6?
Simple's a god, but that's too much. Too much. Nicely done from Vici.
You say that, but not with perfect confidence. You're like, maybe
98% confidence.
Yeah. Oh, man. Who did we catch yesterday?
With the Glock?
Yeah, with the Glock.
I was just thinking the same thing. I don't remember who that was.
Why am I blanking on that?
Because it's been so long. It's been less than 24
was
hours.
Was that Oscar or someone? I can't remember.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Regardless.
It's weird how that works.
That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a good time. 4 Glock bullets right to the face.
I kind of like this, though. I mean, they know that Navi aren't going to have it all that much, so they just want to see if they can get a little bit of confidence back. Maybe at the risk of winning. Oh,
Do
no.
you like this now? Is this what you wanted? Is this the chaos that you wanted in your life? Nicely done. Flamey 3 kills. I think he started with a P250, so it's not like they all had Glocks, right? And the tough part is, once you push to that choke point, there's 3 targets. There's one far away, there's one close up in the showers, and then one directly to your left, and you can't really...
Did you know you can jump up and sit sort of on the actual shower, like on the shower head?
I think you told me that.
A little bit further back.
Before.
But it's yeah.
Sweet. You like sitting on shower heads, Anders?
I mean, if I'm ever hiding somewhere, you know, might as well make it a little bit extra spicy. Somewhere an attacker are just waiting for the information so they can make some sort of rotation happen. Yes. Oh well, that's all he needed.
It's a nice way to do it. You're feeling very tense in those situations if you're on Vici.
Yeah.
Very worried, and then all of a sudden you get kind of a couple easy lineup kills there, and that is a very nice feeling to have. 11-2-7. Yeah, that is a PT50 on Flame. He does a very good job, and I mean, that's obviously the toughest angle to clear out when you're fighting 2 other players towards the showers and deep in that passageway. Navi, though, have to be careful. I mean, they can't exactly just assume they're just going to automatically win this round just by like rushing out mid. And if Vici catch some momentum, we've seen what these Asian teams, what these underdog teams can do once they catch fire. Edward, Summer didn't want to stick around. I think he was more worried about getting away safely than about landing that shot.
Yeah, that did have a slight taste of panic. Oh, is he really going to run it down Simple? That's so outrageous.
I take it all back.
Just defying all of the rules and charging right through. Edward's going to go down in the meantime. Simple will have snuck around an attacker. He's going to go straight down. No knife attempt or anything like that. He's just cleared out pretty much the whole A-bomb side. Looking for the triple, and indeed he'll get it. Freeman going down next, and I don't even know.
Yeah,
It's very hard to deal with the... Oh! That's not bad. Summer actually got that kill.
Up to the face. And Zoking, they know he's in ladder room. That's the tough part. So Flamey's got to be very careful about how he addresses this situation. They don't have a smoke to block him off. Nice nade. Brings Oking down to 12. That's got to be very uncomfortable. Electronic eventually does find it, but it's just the op. Summer went back towards that inner bomb site just to protect it, just in case they fell away. There's no money left either. I think he's going to have to save this off. And he's not even going to do that. Electronic closes out the round.
Yeah, nothing being saved at all. 12-7, and I mean, slightly slow start here for Na'Vi.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. They did lose the first 2 rounds, but now they're back on. I mean, the tough part is because they had some success in those previous 2, right? Because a couple of them had kind of gone down, not to the wire, but there'd been some damaging moments for VG, especially that 3-man Flamey kill when they pushed towards inner. That was the one that really kind of hurts this bank, and you could tell VG just knows it's desperation time already. They buy up into this despite having no money. They've got 1 M4, 4 upgraded pistols, and virtually no utility. 1 kit, 1 smoke. It's not a great look for the defensive side. To Na'Vi's credit, though, they are taking these rounds slow. Flamey has lurked out. Last round it was simple. This time Flamey's going to see what he can find, and that's going to be an easy free kill. He's going to follow it up as well, and he's just, it's like they're playing Gladiator. Just get out into the train yard deathmatch until you die, and the next guy comes up. Last round it was simple. This time it was Flamey's turn.
I like that. It's a good idea. And Freeman realizing that was not going to be a good fight for him regardless. It looks like he's going to get caught by Edward, so a nice round. 13-7. Yeah, Gladiator, that might be a good game mode. Just fighting one at a time.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Everyone just stays back towards T-spawn. You just watch for pushes. One guy goes out at a time. It's great. 13-7. And the AWP is out in Simple's hands. The MAC-10 is in Edward.
I feel like this has been like sort of quiet round for Simple, like quiet game for him. But he's still got 21 kills. It's like hasn't really been like that impressive, but still just doing pretty good.
I mean, he's gonna get his, right? Like you just know that's gonna happen. He's always gonna get his kills, and there it is. There goes Freeman. Now the MAC-10. Edward's been desperately trying to get involved, and all the kills are being taken from him. You can even see Flamey laughing about it a little bit. As you can imagine, Edward has some choice words for him.
Yeah. Attacker, I don't even know what kind of mentality you need. Flamey with a nice quad kill, but at this point, if you're Vici, you might be thinking it's really hard to stop these guys. It's hard,
Especially because now they have, not only, they have the confidence already. And you know that the kind of scoreline has been there, and now they have the money behind it on this T side. So they're willing to risk, an AK-47 and ADV doing something mental. Yeah, so one more timeout for Vici as they talk over some last plans, trying to get one last run going. Obviously trying to extend this and work their way into the game plan, work their way into the playbook to see if they can have some kind of a defensive stand. 5 M4s, I don't even think they've been able to afford the op just because they've been desperate for rounds. Or did they have it in the 4th round? Can't recall.
I think so, yeah. I think Summer or someone almost got caught over at long, didn't they? I want to say.
Okay, I believe you.
You do?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Fair enough.
14-7. Here we are out of the timeout. What has Vici got planned for us? Attacker and Summer going to be back towards Ivy and back train. Lovey and connector, same with Zoking. Freeman inside. So just a pretty standard default setup. That might have just been a pause to just say, all right, guys, yeah, we're losing this one. Almost out of it, but let's just focus up and try and get 3 or 4 more rounds, see what can happen. All 5 players about to hit this inner bomb site. Attacker is pushed up towards team main, so he's got a little bit of information, but can't pass on too much because he's inside of the smoke. And here comes Na'Vi.
It's going to be a big hit. Lovey doing a good job with the first kill, but they needed more than that. Freeman entirely alone, surrounded on the bomb site. He's going to get a kill on Edward, but he actually gets one more. Freeman with a big triple spray down. That's huge. He was completely surrounded. Absolutely no way out, and he's going to almost get the last one there, helping out. Nice triple for him. Could have been the quad. That's 14-8. I mean, they were all around him.
That's sick. I mean, part of that, by the way, is I think Na'Vi feeling like they'd already won the round, feeling overconfident, not clearing everything out as well as they should have. But obviously, you still have to make a very difficult play if you're Freeman there to get even just the initial triple kill.
He's getting ready to get the crowbar and everything, just finish it off. It's good.
Reference game. Incredibly easy.
Yeah, it's right there. I do love it. Some real nostalgia.
I think Electronic wants to go right back at it. Spots Freeman around the corner. So Freeman, as good as we've seen him on both sides of the map at times. So attacker's giving up his position. I don't know how in God's name he's won that, but he has. He's done it.
There's no explaining it, is there? Freeman trying to get back to a safer position, but gets caught falling back from that position. Grenade does a little bit. The follow-up Molotov might actually be a little bit annoying, but looks like it got cancelled by a smoke, and Simple hitting the shot on Lavi. Attacker and Summer.
Saving.
Yeah, save.
Poor Lovey. I think he just wanted to take that fight against Zeus. Just wanted his nice classic one-on-one, a man's fight, and then there comes Simple. To end it all.
A little bit annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
You obviously don't want to save when the other team is about to be at 15 rounds, but
You can't really do anything about it, can you? Again, just not enough money built up to kind of sustain those losses, and you have, attacker at low HP, and just, yeah. And obviously when there's an op on the board as well, it's so difficult to kind of close the gap on that in that kind of a scenario. So 15-8, VG is going to have to win 7 in a row to force that overtime.
yeah, your math is
Impeccable.
dead on.
Yeah, nailed it.
Got it down. Could have made it all the way past 3rd grade or something.
Yeah, flew through 3rd grade.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That was an easy time?
Yeah, 2nd time was real easy.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's one of those situations where it might be a joke, but
yeah, you never know, right?
In case it's not,
not.
don't wanna laugh too much.
Yeah. Well, here comes Edward. Supremely confident. Freeman was ready to peek, just held off of that Molotov, so Edward kind of addresses that location. It's actually a pretty aggressive defense, all things considered. Zoking and Summer in ladder room. Lovey and Freeman close up towards the B-bomb site. A lot of faith in attacker towards Ivy.
If he re-peeks, Electronic surely he's going to have the angle on him. He actually falls back. That's a little bit disappointing. They spent time setting that whole thing up, but not happening. VG at the end of their rope. They've got up to 8 rounds, which is what they got on the first map. Just hasn't felt quite as impressive. It felt like Navi's had so much more space to work with all across the board. Electronic going to open up, taking down attacker, and now the grenades are starting to rain in. There is a little bit more flank coming in. Maybe that's going to end with something positive here for VG. Soaking, taking down Flamey, very paranoid about Electronic. He's making a bit of noise, so he definitely hears him coming. AK versus the FAMAS, and eventually Edwards going to cancel out that fight. Freeman has to come up big. There's one headshot. Needs more. Summer to help out. Simple with the double. In return, the AK-47 just taking care of business. And now Lovey 1 versus 2 to try and see if he can close it out. Simple somehow going to win the fight regardless of the fact that he was being shot at the back. 16-8 again in favor of Na'Vi, and that's not bad at all.
Yeah, well put together game from Na'Vi. And I mean, I think you have to be happy about a couple things if you're VG. Obviously, train didn't go too well for you, or very well at all. But you can look at Mirage and say, yeah, the T side, we had some things we could work on, we could build upon. We have Freeman, who I thought was really, on an individual level, stacked up quite nice against them. He made a lot of good plays, a lot of very precise shots that he was landing. So Freeman's definitely someone you can go back home and you can kind of build some strategies around.
Yeah. No, 100%. And like they're not out yet. They still have another best of 3 to play.
That's a good point.
So so they can get even more experience on the board and maybe see if they can surprise a little bit. Na'Vi looking really good today though. I mean, they weren't tested too hard and they were playing a little bit more freewheeling, but yeah.
I think that's how you had to come into this if you were Na'Vi though. Obviously, the disappointment that yesterday was after what Tyloo is who they lost to, which had to have been a little bit of a shock. It's just like, all right, guys, you have to laugh it off simply because if you don't laugh, you cry. And then you come into this match today and you just make sure you put your mark on it. And obviously going to be another great series out of Simple. But in reality, I don't think there was enough individual performance from Vici to really test them on a major level. I think you saw a couple little stumbles in there,
Yeah.
a couple obstacles, but nothing crazy.
No, I agree. So just a tough opponent early on in the tournament here for VG, and maybe not such a surprise. It'd be interesting to see how they draw in the next round.
Yeah, and even well, I mean, you want to talk about who they might draw in the next round?
Yeah.
On the B stream, it is tied up between Renegades and Hellraisers. It's 1-1 at the moment.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Going into that third map,
which is train.
which is Hellraisers is up 6-1 at the moment.
That should be good. My predictions badly need Hellraisers to win this. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you had a rough day?
I am not doing well.
What are you sitting at?
I think I've got. I don't know. I got Godsend winning us today.
That was a bit ridiculous.
That was my big
that
win.
saved you from disaster, though, more than it actually helps you.
Just hanging on barely.
Yes. Yeah. I think this Hellraisers team is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what they can do against Renegades. I kind of hope Renegades